Good day, everybody. Boy, did I just have a battle. And thanks to NVIDIA's update today to their drivers, the DVR function of Shadow Play completely bricked the first 15 or 16 minutes of this battle, so I apologize, but the start of it's going to have to come in replay form because it was all artifacty and the audio was way out of sync with the video, and it was just far simpler to re-record the beginning part in the replay and then roll back my NVIDIA drivers later. I rely on the DVR too much to have it not working properly, so I'll roll back to an earlier version of the drivers that I know worked well for me and stick with that. At any rate, I needed about 3,600 research before this battle to finish off the research for my Su-57B, which is basically the latest meme vehicle for the Soviet Union, I guess. So I was playing higher tier, like my BMP-2 lineup, and the research was so terribly inefficient with that lineup, I decided I'd drop down. I was pretty sure my KV-2 1940 would be efficient, and it's also a premium, so why not use it? Plus, it's a KV-2, and if you can spend a battle or two derping it up, I mean, why not? So, sure enough, my KV-2 4.3 lineup is all kinds of efficient towards researching the Su-57B. So here we are. We got Mazdock, which in high tiers is a bit of a camp fest, but in low tiers people still seem to remember how to push forward. And I did so with my KV-2 following up an Sherman Jumbo, or Sherman 105, not Jumbo, but Sherman 105 right in front of me. We got into B, we started capturing, and as soon as we finished up the cap, you can see all these enemy firing over this way, and I know there's going to be enemies coming from A because they'd also captured A. So, push on up and see what I can see over here towards A. So I just behind that rock there to the left could see what looked like an enemy sticking up in that little ravine. Got on my binoculars, and sure enough it was. Now in the replay, obviously you can see the enemy tanks clear as day, but I couldn't see that in real battle. Popped him a good one for my first kill, and then backed off to reload. Good start so far. I bounced so many shots in this battle off the KV-2, it's hilarious. So you can see there's two enemies there. I only could tell that there was one in the actual battle. And then we've got a teammate off to the left just ripping away with SPAA. And I see this other enemy tank right here, just about to shoot. Bounces one off of me, and I get a follow-up shot and knock him out for my second kill. I held my shot because I was pretty sure he was going to reload faster than I was, and I didn't want him to hit my breach. Luckily, he bounced that shot, and I was able to quickly follow up before he could escape. So we've got another enemy tank getting hit right in front of me and marked, and I figured, why not? YOLO, Sif Stalin, here we go. Over the top, finish up the reload, and full charge with the KV-2. He'll never expect this coming. And actually, he didn't. He was completely obsessed with the SPAA that was shooting at him. Oh, it was beautiful. Bounced another shot off my front. Could sort of see the enemies there, but not really through the smoke and everything. I mean, I knew there was at least one, probably two up there. You can see one of them is the Finnish KV-1B. That is available this month in the War Bonds shop, but if you haven't started trying to get all the special tests by now, you probably don't have time. Bounced a few more shots from tanks coming out of their spawn. Now, I don't like shooting into the spawn here, but if you're shooting out of your spawn at me, I'm certainly going to return fire. So that's what I did. I didn't hit him, but I fired one off at him to hopefully convince him to seek opportunities elsewhere. You can see our team has captured all 3 points and is doing pretty well here. Although I'm losing teammates kind of rapidly here at B. I'd started calling for a little bit of backup by this point at B. And I figured any second I was going to get bombed out by all the airplanes flying over, and the enemy tanks that I had killed have to know that I'm here by now. Pulled up to get a counter shot back at the guys on the hill. Line up on this guy, fire, get a great shot right into the front of his turret, but he's the KV-1B, so Unfortunately, all I did was knock out his barrel. That would have been a great kill to get. Still, took him out of the battle for at least a few minutes anyway. Well, a few moments while he had to repair his barrel. Thought I was getting bombed out there for sure, but it didn't actually get me. And you can see the teammates are getting a little thin and the enemies are getting a little thick over here by the B point. So, lined up on this other Panzer 3M coming out of their spawn. Punched off a shot at him. Now, I actually got a hit on him, although it didn't register on the hit cam. I believe the shot must have landed short and just hit him with shrapnel. Bounced another shot off my front there. Got all kinds of enemies pushing up on B now. And we've lost everybody at A as well. So, as you can see, I'm basically the only thing up here with my M4A3 Jumbo, I'm going to keep calling it Jumbo, the 105 right next to me. Thought I could see an enemy here, did a quick check in the binoculars to verify that I could in fact see an enemy tank, lined up on him, let him have it. Poor Lieutenant Dan Taylor, now he definitely ain't got no legs. And that was kill number 4 for the battle. Backed off to reload again. The enemies are starting to get a little close, and I'm really calling for help right now. A lot. I didn't bring the chat up most of this. You'll see it after in a minute. I switched over to the chat, but on the lower left there. But for now, we'll keep it in the battle replay. Now, I saw an enemy Panzer 3J driving over there to the left. He got behind the hill, and I marked him on the mini-map, which you can't see in the replay, but this Panzer 3M started getting a little too close for comfort, and he or somebody else knocked out my breach, and I had to back off and repair it. So I had about a 30-second repair here. I kept my turret turned as much towards him as I could to bounce as many shots directly off as I could. And I'm definitely calling for help as much as I can right now at B, because we've lost A, we're losing C, and the enemy second wave of reinforcements is very rapidly closing on B, whereas our second wave of reinforcements is kind of scattered all over the place. Finished my reload, finished my repair. And artillery gets called on me, and wouldn't you know it, as I'm about to move up and annihilate this Panzer 3M, the first artillery strike knocks out my track for another 30-second repair. So here we are again. Got the Panzer 3M plain as day, either not aware of me or at least distracted and forgotten about me, and I can't do anything about it. But here comes a Panzer 3J and a Stu H. Took out the Stu H because he was getting awfully close to me. Lined back up on the Panzer 3J1 and had to reload again. I have an injured gunner and loader now. So, injured gunner and loader really slowing things down and having to repair. I backed off, and the Panzer 3M has now moved up right on the other side of this rock. Somebody tried to bomb him and almost got him, but not quite, and I lined up and waited for him to peek out and hopefully finish him off here. You can see enemy tanks coming in on the left, as well as an enemy tank over here on the right that just hit me. I get lined up on him, and right as my gun is swinging over, he knocks out my gunner. And then I lose my gunner and my loader again, and now we're in a lot of trouble. And now it's just a matter of how many shots can I bounce before I get finished off. And that's how many. Did some work with the KV-2 1940, but it's a little hard to do it all by yourself. Once the M4A3 105 was knocked out, that was pretty much it. So came back in the nuke bomber to hopefully clean out the infestation on B, but of course I'm not going to make it back there in time to stop them, so my only hope now is to get there in time to catch them all still on the point. We did take the C point back, so that's good. And just, come on, PE8, go, baby, go. Faster, faster, faster. I did tell the team to stay off of B because there was a big bomb coming in. And then let her rip. It just kind of aimed for the middle of the smoke. Of course, I got hammered by that BF-109 you could see out in front as the bomb was falling, but you can see at the bottom left, I did get a double strike. Knocked out a couple of tanks. The 3J1 and the Panzer 3M. So the two guys I was trying to deal with in the KV-2, I did actually get them with the PE-8. Only 2 bomb kills, but at least it was 2 and not 0. And then it was time for the ZIS-12. And was the ZIS-12 a timely vehicle or what? Because there's all kinds of enemy airplanes up right now. Lured him into coming right at me. Thankfully, he also knocked out half my crew as he was falling to the ground with his nose guns. So while my driver and gunner switched out, and then we were able to start driving again, we pushed our way up in to move in after the B point. You can see a light tank marked up there, and we've got a friendly light tank and an SPAA up at B to deal with them, so I'm trying to get up there and help them out as fast as I can and back them up. I can certainly deal with any kind of light tank I'm going to encounter with the twin 25s on the back of this thing. And with the speed, I can make it to B in time to help. I hear an enemy plane go overhead, strafing, try to line up on him, but he came down diving so quickly that I didn't actually have a chance to lead him. And then I figured I'd better just head in over to B to help our guys out. So we've got our light tank on the backside of B. I'm not entirely sure what he's doing, but apparently it's not dealing with the light tank that had been marked. Until after it shot me. But he did kill it after it shot me, so fair enough. And as it was, I knew there were still enemy aircraft in the air, and I came back in my BTR-152, and this was one of the better choices I made during this battle. As you will see. This one, I'm really disappointed that I have to do this from the replay, because this was so much better when you couldn't see what the enemy planes... couldn't see the markers coming, and you could only see what I could see during the actual live battle. But oh well. Certainly got the BF-110's attention. Drew him right onto me. Hit him pretty hard and set him on fire. Punched my artillery off real quick, up past the B point while I was repairing here. Had lost my transmission and drivetrain. But at least my guns were still working, so tracked in on all the rest of the enemy planes I could find. There goes the BF-110 down. Got a pretty good tail shot in on that 109F and set him on fire, and then actually hit him again and destroyed him. Got a couple hits on that 190 going overhead, didn't kill him, damaged his tail there. And then when my guns tracked around and lowered down, fired some more shots at him. Just when I gave up on him, turned my guns back away, I actually hit him with a right wing shot that killed him as I turned away to keep driving up to B. Fired a few parting shots at him and started driving away, and my parting shots actually hit him and killed him. Pretty good little run with the BTR-152 there. Now, I've only got 22 rounds left in the main guns, which I did notice, and I was kind of hoping that another enemy plane would come and I could fire at it, fire the guns empty, draw his attention to me, and then by the time he got to me behind these trees, I'd be able to have reloaded, and like, that's exactly what happened. I see a dot up in the sky, I fire off my last few rounds at him, and pull up over the top of the hill while I'm reloading, and what do I see? An enemy tank right in front of me, and I figure, what the heck, just let him have it. At least mark him for the team and see if I can mess up his barrel. And instead I messed up his crew. That was a surprise. For both of us, I should think. Pull up around the corner here, and here comes a couple of enemies. Right on the other side of the capture point. One of them gets taken out by bombs, thankfully. And I lit up the other one as much as I could, again trying to destroy the barrel, but he took out my gunner And before I could switch my gunner out, I got killed by the previous Puma and a backup Puma. Fair enough. So you can see, we've got their tickets almost to 0, but they've taken 2 of the points back. So, came back in my T-34-57, and I'm going to do everything I can to get back up to the B point again. We've got an SPAA threatening A, and we've got an SPAA holding C, with another medium tank in front of me, and another medium tank just in front of me to my left right there, a French Sherman. So, hurrying back towards B as quickly as I can to either decap it or see if I can't get a couple kills and seal this win for us before our tickets bleed all the way back down. Got another teammate that spawned in behind me to the right, so that's good. And here's where we pick up the regular battle again from the manual recording file that I started after the DVR, which didn't corrupt, so at least regular recordings work. So rolling on up into the capture point, got some hits on an SPAA at B with my artillery. So I know there's a light tank, there's an SPAA, and there's another medium tank up at B. Not really good news for me going up there. I do have a teammate going with me, so we're alright. And we've got our SPAA over at A that decapped it, and then went right past after the 234-2. He did take it out, so good work there on the BTR over at A. Our French Sherman takes out a Flak Panzer, and that means I've just got the medium tank up here to deal with. I saw where he shot from, and I tried to get up here and get him from the side. And unfortunately, the angle I have to get with the non-stabilized gun, by the time I can get the gun to stop bouncing here, because it whips around like it's a whip antenna, I can't get shots into this Panzer IV F2 before it can get back behind the building. It was a really annoying game of tag here. Waiting for that darn unstabilized gun to stabilize. I decided I'd best chase him around since he recaptured the B point, and he fired off smoke and took out our Sherman, so I do know where he is now that he's fired, so I'm going to try and ambush him behind his own smoke, expecting him to be to the right side of that building. And it turns out he pushes around to the left here, but I can't see it through his own smoke until he's past it. Got a good shot into him that took out his entire turret crew, and tried to rush him and charge him and finish him before the battle ends. And just as I do finally finish him off, it's right after the battle ended, so my 13th kill was not to be. But I'll take 8 tanks and 4 airplanes in a victory. And like I said, I needed about 3,690-something research points for the Su-57B, and I got 10,800, so that takes care of that, I think. The funny thing here is I actually took 2nd place, not 1st, so that shows you what a good game the guy in 1st had, who also had 8 kills. He just had a couple assists, and probably more battle time, or more air victories, I don't know. But either way, it was a pretty good battle. I just wish I could have showed you guys the whole live bit of it. Look at that kill feed. Look at the BTR and the KV2. Yes. Stronk. Anyway, another video coming up tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for more War Thunder. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.